Welcome back to Certified Ethical Hacking. My name is Andy Dreher. This presentation will demonstrate 10 more facts needed to pass the EC Council test to become a certified ethical hacker. Fact 231. Mandatory access control. 1. In-house security measure that does not depend on web application end-user compliance. 2. Secures information by assigning tags and compares these tags to authorized security levels that the user is allowed to have. 3. These tags, known as objects, are defined by TSEC to give clearance or authorization. Fact 232. Domain name server poisoning. 1. The intentions of this attack are to send traffic intended for the actual site or IP addresses to a phony site or IP addresses. 2. If DNS records are not obtainable, an alternate method of attack would be to do cache poisoning, which is the act of installing the malicious data into the server in place of the correct data. Fact 233. Buffer overflow. 1. Is when a program tries to store more data in a buffer than the buffer can possibly hold. 2. It relates to a flaw in how the program was designed. 3. Usually not caught due to lack of testing before release of the program to the public for general use. Fact 234. 802.11 web vulnerabilities. 1. Only a one-way standard for authentication between wireless clients and access points. 2. AirSnort and other utilities can gather web keys. 3. Initialization vector 4 of 24 bits is too small. Note: the user shared key as defined by the people using the system make it vulnerable, not the actual centralized key management. Fact 235. Asymmetry in the environment of PKI. Example: everyone's public keys can be found. You can use this public key to encrypt a message to that particular person. The owner of that public key has a private key which can decrypt that message and no one can break that private key. That private key cannot be utilized to copy that individual digital signature. Fact 236. SSL session key creation. 1. Generated by the client after the server's identity is confirmed. 2. This confirmation is done through SSL handshakes. 3. Through public key practices, the handshakes authenticate the server to the client. 4. After verification, it permits the server and the client to create symmetric keys. 5. The symmetric keys allow for encryption, decryption, and monitoring for intrusive actions with the authenticated session. 6. There is an additional option that the client can be also verified to the server with this handshake. Fact 237. If you operate on an SSH server, you can tunnel out of your restrictions by enabling dynamic forwarding and by configuring your internet browser to use SOX proxy. 1. Avoids firewall rules. 2. Avoids firewall logs. 3. Avoids content filtering systems. Fact 238. WEP. 1. Used in 802.11 networks. 2. Designed to be equivalent to the wired LAN. 3. Can be cracked within 2 minutes. 4. Succeeded by WPA in 2003 or Wi-Fi protected access. 5. Wi-Fi protected access was preceded by IEEE standard 802.11 with Wi-Fi protected access 2 in 2004. Fact 239. By turning off your wireless network broadcast of the SSID does not stop attackers from accessing your network due to default SSID. Manufacturers each have a unique SSID, such as 3COM with COM. Fact 240. Syskey. 128-bit encryption. 2. Used by Windows 2000 Server. 3. Can be cracked by Syscracker. 4. Associated with SAM database. 5. The hashes for servers, tapes, and ERDs are encrypted individually. 6. Breaking syskey is the first step of an attack. 7. A strong encryption is available from SAM with hotfix. 8. Strong encryption with a password encryption key secures privileged account data. Thank you for joining me on Certified Ethical Hacking Intermediate Facts 214. Please come back and join me for future videos on this subject matter.